It's Wellness Wednesday, and we're going to learn more about a heart-healthy diet. And joining us today from Mercy Health St. Rita is the clinical dietitian, Becky Niekamp. And thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so I guess there's some surprising statistics when it comes to heart disease.
Yes, we do know that in the United States, the leading cause of death for women and men is cardiovascular disease. Also, in 2022, we know that folks under the age of 65, 1 in 5 deaths was related for cardiovascular disease. So, that does make nutrition a little bit more important. We know that nutrition can, what our eating style, what our eating pattern is over time is important to help us with heart disease prevention.
All right.
It's not just an older generation disease.
Right, yeah, okay. So are there specific foods then that we should be focusing on to eat that are better for us?
Yeah, there's definitely heart-healthy foods that can help us with prevention towards heart disease, or if you have heart disease that we should be focusing on. One of those foods is oatmeal. Oatmeal contains soluble fiber. We know that soluble fiber can help with our LDL levels. Our LDL levels and our cholesterol are those levels that are actually not good for us. If we have a high LDL, that can increase our risk for blockage in our arteries. So by choosing foods that have soluble fiber, that can help decrease those LDL numbers. So not just oatmeal, but things like kidney beans or Brussels sprouts. Apples and pears are also good sources of fiber or soluble fiber. The recommendation is around 5 to 10 grams of soluble fiber a day.
Okay, I want to ask about oatmeal. Is it okay to have the flavored stuff, or you want us to just eat plain oatmeal? Is that best?
It would be best to have old-fashioned oatmeal, but you could also add something like cinnamon to it that doesn't give you the added sugars.
Okay, very good. All right. Well, what's the importance of omega-3 fatty acids then?
Great question. So omega-3 fatty acids is another popular buzzword that you might hear for heart disease. That doesn't necessarily focus on the LDL levels, but it can help with our triglyceride levels, which is another form of fat in our blood, and also help raise our HDL levels, which are the good types of fats that can help carry out those bad fats. So good sources of omega-3 fatty acids would be fish. Actually, the American Heart Association recommends at least 2 servings of fatty fish a week. So if you're not sure what those fish are, good sources would be salmon or tuna or mackerel are good sources. Or perhaps you're not a fish person. There are some other sources of omega-3 fatty acids out there, such as walnuts, canola oil, flaxseed.
Okay, that's good, because if you're not a fish lover, you need to know that. All right. Of course, we all hear about sodium. Don't eat too much sodium. So how does that work with the heart health?
Yeah, especially if you're at risk for high blood pressure or have high blood pressure, sodium or salt that we have in our foods or our diet actually can increase our risk for high blood pressure or create more blood volume, which is creating extra work on the heart. We know a lot of foods do have extra salt or sodium. Probably one of the first steps would be to make sure you're not adding extra salt at the table or with cooking. And another area I'd probably focus on is when we eat out or at restaurants, tend to be a lot of sodium, so just being careful there as well.
Okay. These changes, they might be overwhelming for some people. So what's some advice when you want to try to get more into a heart-healthy diet?
Sure. Focus on one area. If you're concerned about your blood pressure, I would focus on maybe the salt first and trying to eliminate the salt with maybe some different salt-free seasonings. Or if you know that your LDL level is high, maybe focus on trying to improve that LDL number with nutrition and focus on those soluble fiber foods instead of trying to do everything at once.
Right, yeah, kind of like weight loss, one thing at a time. Kind of do that with your diet, with small steps with your diet. All right, Heart Healthy Diets, thanks for coming today.
Thank you.
All right, don't go away. First Edition continues in a moment.